Greetings! This is Rob here, one half of the critically acclaimed Really Review show, and welcome to the first instalment of Wrestling Roundup. Right, I'll be covering a couple of things this week. First up, obviously, the main issue that's coming up is the pay-per-view, Battleground, which will be coming up in about 4 days' time. And there's a few things like in the build-up to this that I kind of feel like I need to get off my chest. First off, and probably the main thing, John Cena. 15 times WWE Champion. Now, I mean, that's almost equaling Ric Flair's record, as a lot of marks out there will probably know. But yeah, I'm really not into John Cena at all. I liked him back in 2003 when I was sort of first into wrestling, you know, ruthless aggression kind of era in his sort of white rat boy thugonomics gimmick. But now he's kind of this superhero type deal and it's really not that great, you know. So he's in a four-man fatal four-way match for the WWE Championship with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton and Kane. Now personally I want Roman Reigns to win it because I think he's been given a tremendous push. I think it's only a matter of time before WWE give him the belt. The only thing is, this has all the makings of a potential heel turn for Reigns. Because he's already showed a bit of animosity towards Cena already. I mean, he's kind of already wrapped up in a feud with The Authority, which is Orton, Kane, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Seth Rollins, obviously his former mate in The Shield. So I can envision something like Seth Rollins will come in, interrupt the match. Maybe even cashing his money in the bank after, you know, whoever wins it. But I think what more likely to happen is actually they'll all gang up on Cena, even Roman Reigns, and that could potentially spark a heel turn for Roman Reigns. Second up, probably the second most important main event, Usos versus the Wyatt family, and another instance where the tag team titles up for grabs. I've never really got the appeal of the Usos, to be honest, but you know, love the Wyatts. They're the new brood as far as I'm concerned. You know, got everything. They've got charisma, they've got atmosphere, intensity. What more can you want? You've also got Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho. He's amazing. Recently returned after about a year's long absence. He has everything. He has the charisma, he has, you know, the in-ring skills, and I can see him probably winning against Bray Wyatt. Jack Swagger versus Alexander Rusev. I really hate this storyline. It's your cliche sort of. It's been done to death in the past, you know. Everything going back from like Kozlov and you know, just anti-American gimmick, Sergeant Slaughter in the 90s versus the all-American, you know, and it just, I mean, being English obviously doesn't really appeal to me whatsoever, so I'm not really too fussed about that one, but I hope Swagger kind of, you know, gets rid of Rusev's undefeated streak. Dean Ambrose. Now I'm gonna say right off the bat, I love Dean Ambrose. I think he's one of the biggest stars in the industry today. Massive amount of charisma. Reminds me of Heath Ledger's Joker, in fact, in his sort of insane intensity, you know what I mean? And I really hope they give him the belt soon. You know, more than Reigns, definitely, because I think he just oozes charisma, Dean Ambrose. And he's against Seth Rollins, grudge match that's been building up for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I hope Dean Ambrose beats the shit out of Rollins, to be honest. But I don't know, the Authority is obviously going to play a part, because that's probably how they're going to write it beforehand. And I think, oh yes, we do have the 20-man Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship, which is poor old Wade Barrett, Englishman, fighter, oozes of charisma again, you know. I probably wanted him to be the champion before Ambrose came in, but you got loads. You got Del Rio, Big E, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, all your usual sort of mid-carders. But Dolph Ziggler, I reckon, is probably going to win it. You know, I want RVD to win it because I've been a long fan of RVD, but he's been on a complete losing streak of late, so you know, he's probably going to get buried. He's probably going to be the first one to be eliminated, to be fair. And I would say last but not least, you had the Divas matches, but who cares about Divas matches, to be honest, in this day and age, you know. It's much better during the Attitude Era. So yeah, I mean, those are my predictions for Battleground. I reckon next time we're going to do a wrestling roundup, I I mean, you might probably be involved as well, Malloy, right?
Yeah, I'm right behind the camera.
You're right, he's right behind the camera, by the way. He's managed to do well, he's kept silent this whole time. But, I mean, we'll cover potential topics like why there won't be another Attitude Era, in my opinion. I love the Attitude Era and everything about it, and there's so many podcasts I've listened to that go over it and give it praise and everything. I love it, you know, that's the height of wrestling, you know, when it was really good as far as I'm concerned. Differences between fake and predetermined, which is a long-standing issue with non-wrestling fans, and of course I was myself a non-wrestling fan for quite a while. Last time I really got into it was 2003, and I kind of stopped watching it when Eddie Guerrero died, and the whole Chris Benoit fiasco happened and everything. And I was completely off it until very recently, actually, like October. I'd only just got back into it because, you know, in fact, a load of podcasts really brought me back into it, you know. Reminded me of the good times, shall we say. I mean, we're probably going to do lists as well. Top 5 favourite wrestlers, top 5 favourite entrance themes, which I'm actually really looking forward to in that one. And yeah, you know, Battleground, hopefully, should be a decent pay-per-view. See you next time.
See you next time.